Okay, I want to check one other thing though. Real quick, make sure it didn't alter the description on that one. Okay, good. Okay, sorry. And I'll do 99 in a minute. Is with this team. Or not that team, this team. Save. Oop. And get scared. Could take a while.
I add 85 mils of diethyl to take up some of the product, and then add water to destroy remaining lithium aluminum hydride, and then 85 mils of 1% hydrochloric acid, which will protonate the product and react with any remaining purity. I then move it all to a separatory funnel and separate the layers. I return the organic layer and wash it with a 5% sodium bicarbonate solution to destroy remaining acid, and then once with some brine to take out the majority of the water. The organic layer becomes clear, and I separate the layers. I take the organic layer, add some sodium sulfate to dry it. I filter it through some cotton to remove the sodium sulfate, and then set the filter up for short path vacuum distillation. I removed all of the solvent, and a yellow liquid with some solid bits are left behind. I add some ether to redissolve it, but it isn't very soluble, so I add some DCM to get everything to dissolve. I then add 3 grams of sea light and distill off all of the solvent again. I then set up a column again, but this time I'm using diol functionalized silica gel with a small particle size. This will improve the separation of the compounds and allow me to get pure geosmin. I also use 60% diethyl ether in hexanes as the element, and run the column the same as before. When the column is finished, I combine all the fractions that should contain geosmin and set it up for short path vacuum distillation to remove all of the hexanes and ether. When that is done, I am left with a fluffy white solid. It should be geosmin. I put it all into a vial, but the weight was higher than the maximum possible, which means there is still some solvent in there. I tried to dry it a little. It was very slow, and the geosmin starts to sublime. It's likely that the solvent is trapped inside of the solid, but it doesn't really matter too much, because smelling this compound pure is like putting wet soil inside of your nose, regardless of any bit of solvent. The smell is extremely earthy, and it really depends on the temperature and concentration what exactly it smells like. It definitely has some similarities to the smell of rain, but smelling it pure like this is not really the same experience. It just smells wet, damp, and a little musky. So to give it more of a chance, I will have to dilute it. So I added about 50 ml of dipropylene glycol to the residue in a flask. It dissolved really slowly, so I left it to stir for a day. After it has all dissolved, it is time to smell it again. So this time the smell is a lot more pronounced. It is very, very earthy, and it's more like rain. It probably has some time to build up in the flask, and the concentration is way beyond what you would ever smell outside. It probably needs to be even more dilute, but that way I could make endless solutions. So maybe it would be better for you to experience it yourself. So if anyone wants to get a sample to smell it for themselves, I will send you some. The only thing you have to do is support me a $25 to your Patreon or via PayPal. And I will then send you a decent sized sample to smell for yourself, pretty much anywhere in the world. Then you can tell me what you think it smells like. Anyhow, I'm very happy that it worked out, and I finally got the news. Thanks for watching. As always, a special thanks to all my patrons. See ya.
Okay. Well, sorry about that. I did not mean to have it sing. How long was it sing? Okay, well, let's see. Team setup. Gear. Oh. Excuse me. Ooh. Mm. It could be a better team, but decent enough. Okay.